I was born in Argentina. Argentina was very much a place like the United States back in the day. In 2001, suddenly we got a crisis and we started seeing our freedoms started being a little bit more limited than before. The economy started tanking and we started seeing a lot of behaviors that we're seeing right now in the United States. I saw my country going from a place where a kid could walk to school age 6, 7, to being a place in which you have to look around before you're gonna put your car inside your garage. Suddenly we went from being the beacon of South America to being another place like Venezuela, like Cuba, like places that are going in that direction. I'm seeing a lot of the same kind of tell signs that suddenly you see gas prices are going up. Something very funny is I check the gas prices all the time between my country and here. Right now, gas prices are more expensive in the United States than in Argentina, with the economy that we have. And I started seeing not only the economy going in a different direction, but at the same time, the policies and the social divide, which is where everything starts. The social divide in my country created a situation in which you're either for or against, and it becomes this situation in which there's no longer facts, it's just what you're feeling as a faction that matters rather than what the reality of the situation is. And I feel like that has been used in my country very, very heavily to divide and conquer. So now you have politicians that are very, very crafty at this, and they're using that intention of divide and conquer the population, putting one side of the population against the other. And I think that's one of the dangers that we need to avoid in the United States, is falling into the thought process of the government is going to save us. The government gets to tell us what to do. The government gets to tell us when we can, who we can hang out with, how many people we can have in our house, where we can go. By any type of excuse with barely any proof, suddenly they get to tell us how to live our life, and they get to make us dependent on them for us to have our own substance. And I think that is the worst thing that can happen to a country, is when half of the country is supporting the other half of the country, and then that half of the country is being supported becomes bigger and bigger because the government wants to get bigger and bigger. Everything looks great on paper, but when you try to apply it, it is not what you were promised. You were going to be promised a lot, but you're not going to be delivered that. And you're going to miss the freedoms that you had in America. And once you lose those freedoms, there is no getting those freedoms back. I think our forefathers were fantastic in the sense of putting the First Amendment being the freedom of speech, and the Second Amendment being your ability to protect your First Amendment. That is what this country is built on, and the freedoms that this country is built on, I don't think should change. And I think anybody coming to this country came to this country for a reason. So we should fight with teeth and nails to be able to keep the American way, the American dream, and what this country stands for, which is literally freedom.